loves, you have now tuned in to my Real Housewives of Atlanta recap, boo. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so to this all new, brand new channel, which I do reality shows, movies, regular scripted shows, a little bit of everything. So let me tell y'all right now, before we get into this, that one of two things. Yeah, I got my little hair popping, my little curls popping again. Alright, but on a serious note, I wanted to film where I normally film. I mean, I'll be switching it up. For now, for the winter, I mostly film out in my room. But my neighbors felt like they wanted to play Michael Jackson super duper loud. And yeah, so it's not working. And then I come in here, but I haven't been filming in here lately because the heater's super loud. But it's louder if you're over there in that area, so I came a little further up. So hopefully you can't really hear too much of that hissing noise. If you can, then I'm sorry. The heater, it's really unpredictable. It goes on. I mean, it's good we get good heat, but it's bad for somebody like me who wants to do YouTube videos. And then I don't have a mic for this. I got a mic for this one, but as far as like uploading, it takes way too long, so I'm not even thinking about that. I mean, it doesn't really take that long. I just don't feel like going through the motions. Doing it on my iPod is super easy. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this recap. So now we start off right where we left off last week, which was, of course, the fighting at the table in Puerto Rico. And it was Claudia and Nene going back and forth. They were saying that Claudia read Nene, but I feel like it wasn't really that serious. Like, I feel like they was going back and forth, giving each other good jabs. You know, it was like blow for blow. It wasn't like anyone really going so hard. You know, that's how I felt. I don't know if they heard something extra that they didn't show or something like that, but I just felt like, you know, one was talking about one's pum pum. The next one was talking about the one's hair looking all painted on their forehead. The other one's talking about how rich she is. The other one talking about all the things she did, her accolades and things like that. So I feel like they were both coming and they both did a pretty good job. If we were doing like a roast or something like that, or disses or something like that, you know. And Nene was just talking. She's always talking about how rich she is. I feel like you could tell a lot of times when people started from the bottom, now you hear, because they tend to talk about like how rich they are. Like, you don't hear rich people talking about how rich they are for the most part. Most of them, they're just very humble people, especially the Jewish people. You know, they be real like quiet, hush hush with their money. Like, they're not gonna be, I'm the richest man in the world, I have billions and millions of dollars, look at my clothes. They be wearing some of the cheapest stuff sometimes. Trust me, I know. They be like, they be saving up. But black people, as soon as they get into a little bit of money, they want the whole entire world to know, I got 50 cars, this came from the runway, can you pronounce the name that's on my tag? You know, it's like, okay girl, you're doing too much. So yeah, so Cynthia, she was talking about, oh, yeah, that you are the read queen. That's what she was telling Claudia. I'm like, girl, it's not even that serious. Go ahead with that. And even Candy was saying that. She was like, well, what Candy said was, Claudia said a lot of things that people thought but never really wanted to say. Probably maybe because they didn't want to get into confrontation with Nene, or they know she keeps going and going and going. It's like the two of them are a perfect match for each other. I thought Kenya could have been a perfect match, but nah, this one goes even harder. You remember that other one? Damn, I can't remember her name right now. Of course, because y'all know I'm bad with names, and I see her face in my head. The one that used to hang out with Nene, with Kenya. She was a good match for Nene too, but she was kind of crazy because she'll beat you down. That one that was in jail, yeah, I remember her. She was there for like a season and a half. Yeah, that one, she would have been a good match for Nene too. So Claudia, she starts drinking super early, but I guess it's acceptable because they're in a vacation, so it's okay. But yeah, if it was like in your regular state, it probably would have been considered, okay, signs of you're an alcoholic. But she had a little pina colada, and I guess to kind of simmer her down from the night before is what she was saying. Phaedra, she said that she really had no intentions to like shade Demetria McKinney. I guess, you know, some people, they just talk like that. No, it's not always acceptable. No, we shouldn't always allow people to do things just because that's what they're used to doing. But that wasn't her intentions to shade her, supposedly. That's what she said. But it didn't look, if you look back at the tape, it didn't look kind of shady. I'm just saying, Phaedra, I love you and everything, but it seemed a little shady. She was just like, this is not the haves and have-nots. She needs to really like cut the dramatics right quick. I was like, yes, she is too much. Demetria, she goes to Phaedra and they have a little conversation in Phaedra's hotel room. And Phaedra was just like, you know, all we had to do was do this. You didn't have to go and talk about Apollo because everybody's been there, done that. It's enough of that been done. If you felt a certain way, you should have just came to me and talked to me. And yeah, that's right. You know, you don't have to broadcast everything in front of everybody. If you feel a certain way, be a woman enough. Just the same way you're a woman enough to say it in front of a crowd of people. Why you can't say it like behind the scenes? Just talk to her. Say what you gotta say. But no, you wanted to wait until the cameras was rolling. You wanted to wait until everybody was around so you could have a scene. So you can have something to talk about. Candy decides to have another bedroom candy party. They play hot dildo. And they're just kind of putting the dildo in between their legs and passing it around. And they kind of, whoever drops it, you know, hot potato, you know how that game go. Demetria was singing, but I felt like if Demetria was singing, she shouldn't have been playing because that's distracting. How you gonna sing and play? You're not gonna stop singing while you're doing it, so that's cheating. But anyway, she was singing, she was playing, and one by one they all dropped it or they caught it when the song stopped, and it ended up being Nene Leakes who won the dildo party. That one was looking pretty cool. I'm about to check out. Now, matter of fact, I think I did check out Candy's candy stuff. But Candy Coated Nights or Candy Factory or whatever the hell it's called, I checked out her website. I was even thinking about selling some of her stuff, but her stuff are a little expensive. I guess because of who she is. In order to become like an affiliate and sell her stuff, it was a little bit above the price range where I seen on other websites. So I was like, it's well known, but I don't know. Maybe eventually it's something I'll think about doing. Which I don't know, I'll be doing them freak videos on my other channel. Anyways, back to this. So, following that, Claudia and Nene, they almost have a moment when they were on the bus on their way to Demetria's event that she was having. But it was just so full of so much dirt and shade being thrown in every direction. It was like an apology, but it wasn't really an apology. It was like, it's almost like when your girlfriend says, oh girl, you looking good tonight. You know, it's like with the face. It's like, but hold on, what's the face for? Are you mad that I look good? Are you trying to tell me on the slick tip that I don't really look good? Like, what's up? It's one of those types of things. It was just like a whole bunch of like undertones and slick things being said on the side. And I ain't about that because I'm one of those people, I read people very clearly. And I read between the lines. So if you say something on your breath, it's going to get me upset. So, or if you say something that we stop and you're still talking about it, that gets me upset too. So this whole conversation, I wouldn't have been good for this. It was just really stupid. And it's like Nene finally apologized and everybody was like, oh my God, like Nene just apologized. But then Claudia wants to keep on going because she wants an apology about the whore comments. And Nene's just like, okay, I apologize for throwing any shade at your accolades because you have done a lot. And Claudia says the same. I apologize for throwing any shade at your accolades and trying to reduce them as to what they are not, because she knows that she's been on Broadway and she's done all these other extra things. So they apologize. Both of them apologize for that. But then Claudia, she wants her to apologize for the whole whore thing. And Nene's just like, well, I'm not talking about that right now. We talking about... It's like, I know that you're a whore, and I don't really want to say I'm sorry because I'm not really sorry I said it. Like, I would have said it again given the opportunity, is the vibe that I was getting from Nene when she was like, we ain't really talking about that. We're not talking about that one right now. We talking about the accolade situation. So Portia, she feels that I'm going to defend my friend. Portia's like, well, why don't we just leave it alone? Because you guys both apologize to each other. Claudia's like, hold on. I feel like there's a double standard in this room. Because y'all want to call me a whore, but she's the one that's over there with the African man who has a wife and is married. I'm like, but dang, girl, why you gotta put all her business out there? All this time, she been talking about how she got her stuff, but she ain't really put it out there. But you want to throw all of it everywhere and tell all of y'all business. And I was just like, dang, Portia, what you got now? So then Portia, she comes talking about, oh yeah, but they kind of moved away from it. Because Portia's like, you don't really know my business. You don't know anything about me. She's like, what are you talking about? Deny it to the fullest. Until you have some hardcore proof, show me the receipts. Until you have something to show as proof, don't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. I'm not confessing to nothing at all. Let me tell you. So, she's just like, I'm not saying it. And then Kenya in the background, I know, like she's over here, the cheerleader. After it kind of moved away from that current situation, Kenya brings it back up. Like, but we know, hold on, we know that you was with this African man who has a wife. Portia's like, just stop before I sue you for slander. Portia trying to sue her. She probably trying to put that lawsuit out there, just like how did she sue her? I think she sued her for hitting her, right? So she's like, you better stop it before I sue you for slander. She was like, stop it. These girls are too much. So yeah, Kenya was just, I felt like Kenya at that moment, she was becoming the Kenya that we knew from previous seasons, where she tries to spark up little things in people, like how she did with Pillow Talk and how she did with like other scenarios where I can't remember at the moment, but I know she did it. That's how I kind of felt like she was doing at that moment. But Portia was trying to defend herself. She was doing an okay job. She said something about, I have businesses. What are you talking about? Like, I get money. I have my own hairline popping. GoHairNaked.net or some crap like that, she said. She was like, I'm doing it right now. She was like, you guys are contradictory anyway, because you was just talking about how Nene is doing stuff, but then you want to bring me down for having my own business. They were like, contradictory. I'm contradictory. Grammar, please. Come on, help us out. It's like, they were like, girl, bye. I mean, Portia, you tried. You get an A for effort, as I said on Twitter. You get an A for effort. You tried to do it, but unfortunately, the grammar just wasn't there. You said it incorrectly. And then she kind of did clear it up a little bit. She was like, the things you're saying are contradictory. She said it correctly a little bit later, but you kind of messed it up. So it's like the line just, it just depleted, diminished. It was gone, Maybe next time, girl. You tried though. So they get to the performance. They're pretty late. She did a lot of her stuff already, her performances, but they did catch like a few songs. One of them she actually did with Debrat, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen Debrat in a minute. Debrat has like a pretty cool voice, and I like her swag. She be She remind me of like, something about her kind of reminds me of MC Light, but not really, or Missy Elliott, but not really. I don't know, I guess it's like all that era or whatever. That's why I kind of like, those are the people I think of when I think of Debrat. What the hell is on my face? I don't know. I felt like I felt something, but I don't know what it is. Whatever. It felt like a piece of tape. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But girl, honey child, my boy over there, boy, girl, whoever's watching, let me tell y'all, do y'all see the coming attraction for the next one? So it looks like Claudia is going to be talking to Portia's ex. And that is unacceptable behavior, because I feel like she would only be doing that because she know with what's his name? Clyde. That's how much I don't care about him. I don't remember his name. But anyways, yeah, she's over there like all taking selfies. And you know she about to put it up on Instagram or something. And you know that people's going to be tagging Portia. Portia's an Instagram hog from what I heard. I don't follow none of them. But that is super shady. And then Kenya, yeah, girl, you should go ahead and talk to him. Y'all got good chemistry. Of course she would say that. She is playing the strings, Miss Puppet Master. She is tight. She don't like Portia for nothing. Even though they hugged it out in that restaurant, that was fake. It's about to get real ugly. That's what I feel. That's what I feel right now. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below about this episode. I will see y'all next week. And what y'all think about this new location? I might just do it over here. I felt a little excited tonight. You know? I don't know what it was, if it was the location or me being free with my hair or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.